Hey dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and of course hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And here you see already on the table, we are ready for a new DIY inspiration. We have our tumbling tile blocks, the smaller blocks. I have here my paint. I use a little bit of the creamy white, the black, the yellow. I don't know if I'm going to use the bright yellow or a little bit of the darker yellow. So we will see. And I have here my container with everything inside we need. Of course, the most important is the wood glue. But I heard also that you can buy wood glue in the Dollar Tree. So I hope everyone can find the wood glue. Here in the Netherlands, we can buy it everywhere. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but what kind of brand? Because not every brand sticks the greatest. So, but you have to find your own way in it. And the rest I have here. And of course I have my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel, which is wet, so to wipe away the glue we don't need on our DIY. So what we're going to make, we are going to make a kind of a hanger. I will see if I also can use it as a stand, but we are going to make two cute bees. So we will see for how this will turn out. And you see already on the table 5 rows of 6 blocks. So very easy, we just get the longest side and we're just going to simply roll them together, do some glue on the side. And you do it only on 5 because 6 is the closure up. We're going to squeeze it from within like this and we're going to press it and make sure that we have a nice straight line. And we do here the same. And this will be the bee which is a little bigger. We're going to also make a smaller one. So we do a bigger and a smaller one. So this is the bigger size. But of course you can change it up and you can make it even bigger. If you don't like this size, it's totally fine. Then you do a one bigger. But of course this is so easy, you can easily make this. And I'm going to do for number 4 and number 5 and number 6 is again also here the closure up. Squeeze it, press it together. You see already he wants to come up. And if you are not careful, then they most of the time pop out. And that's something I already had so many times. So I'm going to place them immediately against each other so the glue does not run out too much. And this is already number 4 of the blocks. We're going to squeeze it. And we do the last. And then we're going to make one row, which is much bigger. And I will count this out also, but I will do this out of camera because I don't think you are waiting for me to count everything. So I'm going to place this aside, give it a couple of minutes. And of course, we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. And after you wipe away the glue, be sure that you look for that you still have a straight line because we need to glue everything together and we don't want that things are not totally straight. So again, give it a couple of minutes. Now we have here our 5 pieces of 6 and now we take one row of 14 blocks. So very easy. Again, do on the side some glue and roll them all together. And we make one long piece out of it because we need also some wings. And I try to do everything in one piece so I can saw very easily with my jigsaw saw the shape out. And especially also you can do it with your hand saw because not everyone has a jigsaw or maybe is a little bit afraid of it. But believe me, if you are just like me, and I'm also not a great fan of big tools, but I have the jigsaw from the Lidl or Lidl, how you call it, from the brand Parkside. And I am really so happy with it and he is so easy to use. And I have arthritis, I hope I could say it right in English. Here in the Netherlands we call it arthrose in my hand. So I can easily work with it. So everyone can use it. Of course, you have to be careful, but it is easy to use, and especially because the DIYs are not really difficult to make difficult shapes. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes and then we will glue it together. So you see here, I place my long piece over here, and now I have this piece. I'm going to do some glue on the top side over here. I'm going to place it exactly in the middle, so I have 4 left over here, and then I'm going to place it over here, so this will be on top. I'm going to do some glue on this side, and don't worry if it falls apart because it's still not dry, but it doesn't matter, so don't worry about it. You're just going to squeeze it this way. Now we're going to place this one over here. Make sure that this sticks nicely over here, and now we're going to go for this one also on top, and it looks a little bit kind of like a cross, but that's not what we're going to go for, but it looks so this way. But this takes the less of your blocks, because or else if I make one big piece and then sew it out, it's really a waste of your blocks, because you are going to throw so many blocks away, and that's not what we want. So we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to place this on another placemat, because this is for the bigger size. Now we're going to make one for the smaller size. So for the smaller one, we are going to do 5 blocks, but 4 rows of 5. So again, also with this one, we're just going to glue the sides, and again, place them against each other this way. And number 5 is the closure up. We do over here, and I try to do it as fast as I can. So for everyone who does this DIY now together with me, you have 4 pieces of 5 for the smaller one, and over here, and number 4, and the last already, number 1, 2, 3, and number 4, and number 5 is the closure. We're going to squeeze it, and this way, and we're going to squeeze it this way. And now it is not a big row. Now you can, almost you can squeeze it in one time before it will pops out, but you never know, sometimes it does. So, and again, like this, and we're going to give it a nice wipe with our wet towel to wipe away the glue, or else we get one big mess. And again, we're going to give this one a couple of minutes drying. So we have our 4 pieces of 5. Now we make one long one of 11 blocks. And we are going to row this one also together, the same like we did with the bigger size. And of course, I just do this out of my head, the numbers, because I really have no idea if the size will correctly. But I think I'm going to be quite okay with this size. So we will see at the ending if you still need to adjust it or you still can make it. So we are going to see. That's why I always say I can't tell you how many blocks I use most of the time, but if you have 4 until 5 packages laying around, you're always great to do every DIY. So again, squeeze it, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So again, we placed our longest piece in the middle, and we're going to do some glue on the underside over here, and we're going to place this also exactly in the middle. Squeeze it. We do here the same, and again, also don't worry if it falls apart, but now you still can redo it very easy. If you wait too long, it's not so easy to glue everything together again, because then you still can fill in the open gaps, and that's what we want. We want to fill in the open gaps. We don't want too much open gaps. And again, some glue on this side, and then we already have also our smaller piece. At least we have the piece we need to work with. So again, it looks now very strange. It doesn't look like a bee, but at the end we hope it will look like a bee. So we're going to give this at least a couple of hours, both of the silhouettes, because it needs to dry before we're going to sew it, or else everything will fall apart. So you see, I gave it a couple of hours and I'm going to get some pieces where I can make my shape with. For the underside, I just do it with my eyes. I just hope that it works. For the wings, I'm going to place this one aside. This is just some, how you call it here in the Netherlands, we call it different than you call it in English. But at least I just found a round. I'm going to place this on top of here, on the ending here and on the ending here, and now I'm going to easy keep it in place, and this way I'm going to go it off and I'm going to go over here, and I show it to you in a moment. And this is already one. We're going to do the other one also very easy, and just make your lines with your marker, and again over here on this side the same. And you see, this is how the hands are looking. So you just make a round. If you can do it with your hands, it's easy. Just make a simple round. I'm going to do now the top, and I use a cutting board, a little decor cutting board, and I'm going to place this over here. I'm going to place a little down, and now I'm going to make sure that I have the lines, and I only do it until here. I show it to you in a moment. And this one over here, from this side to this side, and over here. And now I'm going to turn it over, place it over here, and make sure that I get a nice round. Very easy, just go and make your round. So this is how he's looking like on the top. You just start over here. You don't do it on this side, only on here. You see already I did is until here. I just get my erase and I'm going to let it disappear. Oh, my English is really awful today. I'm sorry. But you see already on the lines where you need to cut it from here around until this one. And the hands over here, only on this first block you do from this side to this side. And now we're going to do the underside, and that's very easy. You have 6 blocks. I take the middle, 3 over here, and I think I'm going to go halfway over here and halfway over here, and then I make my line very carefully from this side in a point to this side, and I do here the same. So I do it a little out of camera because this takes much too long. So in totally you get this. This is the underside. I did it halfway of the second block and in the middle over here. And I made the line over here, this one over here, like I told you, on one block over here and here on one block and here until here and here, and make a nice little round. So go find in your home some things you can use for a round. I'm going to do now the smaller one, also the same, but of course I use a little smaller cutting board for the head because everything needs to be sized down a little. So now I have the shape for both of them, and I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to take my time to cut it out. Very easy. It's not a lot of cutting, but of course, take your time for it and make sure that you do it the way you like it. And here you see already both of the shapes I made, and I did with some pencil because I thought my camera was running, but he wasn't. And I showed to you a little closer. I did in one block. This is one block. I did from this side until this side on the neck. I made a little bit sideways, and I did also over here the same. It is in one block. You go from the other side to the other side and make it fitting from the body until the top. And this will be the wings. And of course, this will be the body of the bee. What I'm going to do before I'm going to paint everything, I took a dowel. Of course, you can see here, you can do it in any size because I'm going to do the top over here. In the Netherlands, we call it voelsprieten. Voelsprieten is a lot different than you call it in English. I do 2 sizes, 2 of the smaller one and 2 of the bigger one, but do them as big as you want. And I'm going to use 4 of these pieces. This you can use for figurines. I'm going to cut off the top because I use the ball on top, and of course you can also use a bead, but with a bead you always have an opening on top. And this time I don't like the opening, so I'm going to cut off this piece. I always look for wooden pieces in the craft department when I'm shopping. And then I make one big bag out of it. And you never know when you are going to use it. And now I'm going to take this I'm going to cut off the tops. And I'm going to do 4 little pieces over here, 2 bigger ones, 2 smaller ones. So you see, I have 2 of the bigger ones and 2 of the smaller ones. What I'm going to do, of course, not this way. I'm going to do some glue on the bead. At least now it is a bead. And of course, I'm going to glue this on top in the middle. Make sure that you have it in the middle. So, and then we're going to let this dry. And again, we do some glue on this one over here. And we're going to place this exactly in the middle over here and squeeze it and place it aside. I do the other 2 also. So now we have, of course, the bees, but I want to have mine on a stand so they can stand up on its own. Of course, it's a little bit difficult because they have on the underside a point, but I'm going to give it a try because I think you can use them even more if you also can use them as a stand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get 4 blocks and I'm going to do very easy. I don't know why I do every time the lid on my on my glue today. I really have no idea. I'm going to glue this and I'm going to do this one also over here. And we're going to give it one moment and we're going to do this too. On the tops, we're going to squeeze it. We're going to take 1 block and we do some glue over here on the top. And we're going to place this one exactly in the middle over here and this way. We're going to squeeze this one. We're going to squeeze this one and make sure that this one is straight. Of course, also over here. I'm going to wipe away the glue. And this is such an easy stand. You can make it, but you don't have to do it. And if you just do it with hot glue, you can easily remove it also from your bee. So I do it with wood glue because mine stays as a stand. But if you don't like it, you use wood glue and you can try if you like it or not. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes dry and then we're going to place this one on top of here and the other one will be on top of here. So, but I give this first a couple of minutes. So I made for both of the bees a stand. So 2 over here, 2 of this one and 2 of this one. So very easy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on the top of this one. And I'm going to glue them against each other this way. So at the ending, so squeeze it, keep it in place for a little moment and place it down. And then you can easily let it dry. Of course, be sure that you have it on the ending. That gives a nicer look because or else it doesn't look very nice. So this way we're going to do here over the same, some glue on the top. And we're going to place this at the ending over here. Squeeze it, press it down. And again, let it dry for a couple of minutes again. So now we get this piece and of course you see it looks now like this, very easy. And we do some glue over here. And we're going to place this exactly in the middle over here. Just going to squeeze it. And we're going to keep it in place for a little moment and then we're going to do the second one. So now we are ready to paint. Of course, I'm going to do it maybe a different than you do. You can also spray paint it. You can do anything with it. I'm going to do the back sides and the sides. I'm going to do in the creamy white color. And of course, I do the stands in the white color. But the rest will be the front and of course, the tops will be in black and yellow and that kind of color. But I do the back side and the sides and of course the wings in the creamy color. But of course change it up any way you like and don't worry, I don't do it in front of camera because or else it takes much of your time. So I'm going to do first always start with the back side. So I'm going to give it a nice coat of white creamy color. You see, I did the stands and of course I did the back side and the sides of the bee. Now I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to again get my white paint and I'm going to only until the line we made over here, because that will be in the his body in the black. So I'm going to do this side very easy in the creamy color, and later I will give it, I think, a little bit of distressing. So I'm just going to go around the lines, and I'm going to do the other side also, and with this one also. So now my bees, the white color is drying. I'm going to get my, we call it, like I told you, we call it full sprieten, but you call it antennae, if I'm correct. I hope I say it right. But I'm going to give this a nice black color, and I use my schoolboard paint for it. So I'm going to paint this in the black. So very easy, not too thick layer, just simple and lightly go over it. So, and again, I'm going to do all 4 of them. So you see already, I did the antennae, if I'm correctly, and I'm going to do now, get my bee, and I'm going to do, take it very carefully. I'm going to do the whole head in black, and then I'm going to do stripes, yellow, black, yellow, black, and so go on. But choose any way you like. You can decorate it totally. Maybe you like some letters on here, maybe something else. I'm going to do first the head in the black color. So, but I'm try to make sure that it doesn't run over to the sides. So I only try to do the front side. So you see, this is how he is looking like right now. Of course, now we're going to make, with my pencil, I'm going to lightly make little circles around the part I want to have black, yellow and black. So just do with the pencil very lightly, so you have a little bit of a measurement where you want to have it, because or else it is very difficult. But if you are great in painting, then you probably just paint this and you don't need a marker like me. Like me. So I'm going to give it a couple of rings, and then I'm going to fill in with yellow, black and yellow and black, not something else, only yellow and black. So the bees are painted, and what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get my antennas and I'm going to glue the bigger one, of course, over here, and I do the smaller ones over here so they can dry nicely. Of course, you can place them anywhere you like. I just do it a little bit sideways. And then the only thing we need to do is we are going to do this stand on the back side. This is the feet of the stand, and we're just going to place the bee on top of here. So very easy, we glue it on the back side of the bee, and then you have already your stand, but you see that in a moment. So now the last thing what we're going to do, we're going to get our stand. We do on the back side of this piece, we do our glue, and we're going to place it straight up this way, and we're going to look for the middle, of course, and then we're going to place it against our bee, and we're going to glue it, and I keep it in place for a little moment, but of course I don't let you wait for it. You see in a moment a quick impression, and here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks bees, and I'm so happy how both of them turned out. Of course, like I told you earlier, you can change them up any way you like. I hope you give this DIY a try, and if you're only here to watch, I hope you had fun watching again. Everyone who is new here, of course, I hope you enjoyed this DIY, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.